One thing that I love about Tick, Tick, Boom is beyond me as just a fan who knows Rent and the music and other things, it was interesting to see, I guess, his relationships with people, because he is a little bit of, and I said this to Lin-Manuel Miranda, a bad boyfriend. Like, he kind of has blinders on because he's so focused on his career and what he needs to do with his own voice. And so a lot of times he's hearing people, but he's not listening. And I love to see the play out of him and Michael, and especially with Susan, who is a dancer and, has a time limit on her body, and what is success for her. And I liked those relationships. And I'm sure that was probably an aspect that you probably dug in on as an actor to kind of give another, layer to who Jonathan was. Oh,
yeah, definitely. I think it's a great observation and a really great question, because it's a big theme in the film, and it's a big theme in the life of anyone who's pursuing. That's so funny. I was just scrolling Twitter and whatever, and I came across this great, like outside of cafes or bookshops or whatever, there'll be like inspirational quotes or whatever. There'll be like inspirational quotes on like placards or whatever, and someone took this photograph of one outside a thing. That one that usually goes, "Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life." That one? Mm-hmm. So someone has written, "Do what you love and then they've crossed out "never work a day in your life." So it says, "Do what you love and you'll work super hard all the time with no separation or any boundaries, and also take everything extremely personally."
Yes.
And it's like that's exactly it. Like, we're sold the "you'll never work a day in your life," which is true, but also the sacrifice it takes. And I think that's what this film and John's story expresses so beautifully, is that this to be devoted to that calling, that sense of vocation and calling, it costs. It costs, and there has to be sacrifice. And what John is trying to figure out is, can I honor these two loves, these three loves, my friends, Michael, my girlfriend, the woman that I want to have a family with and children with, and this calling that I feel. And I think there's something specific about John where he does actually know that he's running out of time in some strange unconscious way, because he died at the age of 35. So I think the urgency is just more extreme for him, and the sacrifice has to be more extreme. I think he knows that he has to fully devote himself every minute of every day, every second of every hour, to fulfilling his calling on this earth, to writing Rent, because the theater gods will have it no other way. They won't let him go. He's in the grips of something outside, bigger than him, outside of his control. And that's kind of the way I understood it in playing it. And yeah, that the agony of having to disappoint and having to lose friendships, lose relationships, and there's always a choice, right? We always have a choice about which road to take. But for John, the choice that he ultimately makes is the choice that where he doesn't feel like he does have a choice. Like, I'm called to this, and I don't know if it's going to amount to anything. And how wild that he didn't get to see any of its success, but still got up every morning and kept on throwing it at the wall, not knowing whether it was going to be worth it, sacrificing all these other things, not knowing if anyone was ever going to listen to his music. And then he turns into Van Gogh, you know what I mean? Like, he turns into, this incredible artist in people's minds that has left this treasure trove of paintings, this treasure trove of songs. So so mysterious, and even to the point where I was like, maybe unconsciously he has to let Susan go because he knows somewhere deep down, if he stays with her and has children, he will leave her a single mother and a widow. Maybe there's some deep unconscious knowing there, and maybe that's just a man justifying his selfishness. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's all of those things, I think.